Hey, it's Rooster, Bobby Leach with the TimesWeekly.com, coming alongside my partner here, Big Tone.
TimesWeekly.com, how you guys doing out there? We're ready to have some fun. Football Friday last week, and let's talk about it, Rooster.
Hey, listen, what a great way to screw up a Friday night, right?
Oh yeah, my God, I put more time in my car waiting for the rain to end than being on the field itself.
It was incredible, man. We had a huge lightning storm, as you all well know. I don't think in my entire career that I've ever seen an entire part of the state. I mean, the whole northern part of Illinois got wiped out. Mm-hmm. Opening day for football, you're all geeked up, ready to go. It's gotta suck if you're a player or a coach. I mean, because you're so geeked up, you're ready to go, you're ready to hit the field. But you know what? I mean, maybe it was a blessing in disguise because it was hotter than heck, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like 98 degrees. The air temp at around 6 o'clock that night. The field temp had to be, especially if you're playing on artificial turf, that had to be another 5 to 10 degrees warmer. It was probably 100 degrees, plus. So you get to triple digits, man. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd want to even play in that anyhow, to be honest with you. So, I guess it worked out for the best.
So we moved everything to Saturday, huh?
But, man, did we have to scramble. I mean, here's the thing. We're all doing this, on the side kind of thing, right? So trying to herd the staff at the Southwest Sports Nest and the Times Weekly and putting everybody together to do this. I mean, it's like herding cats. We can't get in. We can't. We get our Fridays. But that's about all we get on Fridays. On Saturday, we're all trying to grasp at straws to figure out who's going to cover what. So, it was a bit of a challenge this weekend, but we did pick up 3 games. We had a 4th game, but we had an issue with a camera that went down because of the rain. Thank you very much. And so we were camera short. We had to go get a new camera. But, we were able to get to 4 games this week. Actually 5 this week. So it wasn't a complete washout, a complete bust out. But we did get to see some good games. I went to Plainfield Central. I'll start it off because, mine was the first game of the season. Theoretically, it was 11 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. A bit of a drive out to Aurora. And, we got to go see, the cadets take them on. Marmion took on Plainfield Central. And I'll tell you, dude, I wasn't real impressed. No offense, I was not real impressed with Plainfield Central early on, man. Within the first drive, it took 4 plays. 4 plays for Marmion to score. Mm-hmm. I mean, check this out. I'm gonna speed it up into fast motion. So it picks up a step. But let me show you take a look at the 4 plays, the 4 opening plays, and they just ran all over him. Here, take a look. So, hey, that's how they opened up the game. They came right out and jumped all over the Wildcats. And then, next possession, Wildcats fumble the ball in their opening drive, fumble it inside their own 40-yard line. Mm-hmm. Marmion scores again. The skies open up. It's pouring rain. It's 14-0, and you got to think, man, this is going to be a blowout. And then, Central finally started putting something together. The defense came up with a couple of big plays. Mm-hmm. The weather, that rain, made it difficult for either team to hold on to the ball, so fumbles back and forth. The pair combined for 13 turnovers in that game. 6 interceptions were thrown by the Wildcats.
Jay Cutler, quarterback coach.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man. And a fumble. So seven turnovers for Plainfield Central, and I don't care who you are. If you turn the ball over 7 times, you ain't winning many high school football games. So, in the end, it was a tight game. It was 14-7. That's as close as they got to within a score. Coming out in the second half, the quarterback Smiley went down with a knee injury. I don't know how serious it was, but he was pulled out of the game. They put ice on it, put him on the sidelines, put their junior backup in, and he threw a pick and took a safety in the game. And the speed of the game was, you can tell he's an athlete. He's going to be a good quarterback at some point, but he just wasn't. You could tell he wasn't ready to go into the game. Mm-hmm. And it showed, and 25-7, Wildcats go down week 1. And it kind of sucks for them. I talked to Coach Jackson after the game and said, hey, man, you got 2 more road games. I don't think I've ever really seen a whole lot of prep football where you have 3 road games to open your season. You got to play a month of football before you play a home game. And I don't know, man, it just doesn't sound right to me, but hey, whatever. I don't know who made the schedules or who did it, but I think if you're a parent or a player or certainly a coaching staff, you want to get at least one home game, in the first 3 weeks of the season. I just, I don't know. So I wasn't real thrilled with that. Neither was Coach Jackson here. Take a look at what he had to say about that. Hey, you got 2 more road games. I mean, is that a benefit or a curse a little bit? 3 road games in a row, opening season. It's not very often you see that happen in high school football. And you got 3 of them on the road.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to figure out how that happened too. So I'll just leave it at that. But it's sometimes it gets some. I'm of 2 minds. Sometimes they have more distractions when they're at home. You have more of a routine. You get on a bus when you go on away trips. As a player, I actually prefer away trips because it's pretty much just us, the team and the coaches, having to deal with things instead of having all sorts of distractions all around the place. So I don't know. We'll see. It is what it is, and that's what we have to live with.
So your boy, Coach Jackson, man. Every time I'm interviewing him too, I'm thinking,
he doesn't like us, does he? Does he like us?
No, he likes us. Yeah,
does he?
Yeah, I think
he better like us. We like him.
Yeah. Yeah, I just, I think he just, like I said, I think he was not happy with the way that his team came out in that game. They did show some fight. They spotted him 14 points in the game. I mean, you can't do that. And then you have 7 turnovers. I don't care who you are. I mean, you're not going to win football games that way.
Well, they're not their only team that turned the ball over. I mean, a lot of teams out there turned the ball over. This circa Lincoln Way East, they fumbled 6 times.
Yeah.
Put the ball on the ground 6 times. I mean, they recovered it 5, but they still, put the ball on the ground 6 times.
Did Lincoln Way East win?
They won, yeah. Carmel, they beat them.
You would know.
Lincoln Way East won.
Lincoln Way East won.
Yeah, by the way, I'm coming out to Lincoln Way East week 2, and I'm going to bring me a whole jar of Stickum. Got it from Fred Belitnikov. Just thought you guys might want to know, okay?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I'll come out to Lincoln Way East when you guys have another tailgate party. That was awesome last year, by the way. Thanks.
Oh, my God. Shut up.
That was a great sandwich. That was a great sandwich.
What are we talking about next? Come on.
So congratulations to Lincoln Way East, who opened up against a very tough Carmel team.
Beat them.
And beat them. Yep. So, hey, listen. Lincoln Way East, are they the best team in the conference? Yep. They're number 1. Bolingbrook's number 2 until they meet.
And Bolingbrook will still be number 2.
Nope. Sorry, guys at Lincoln Way East. Bolingbrook, you see that championship victory trophy? It's going to happen again this year. By the way.
He's like a closet Cub fan. You know that championship trophy we won in 1908? It's still there, and it still got dust. But I'll tell you what, we're still going to win.
Hey, well, the Brook. Speaking of the Brook, hey, they won a good game too. 17-6 over Hinsdale Central.
That's a tough game.
That was a tough team. That's a tough team.
Good win.
And now they've got just for lack of a better term, they've got. I don't know. It's like going to Dunkin' Donuts for the next 6 weeks for these guys because they don't play anybody, bro. They don't play anybody until like week 7. I mean, they do have the Romeoville game this week, and I don't want to make too much light of it, but Romeoville's not in the same class as Bolingbrook. Sorry, they're just not. Let's call it what it is. Romeoville's a good football team this year, and hey, listen, kudos to the Spartans who beat up. Didn't beat up. They won 32-29 over Hinsdale South. So congratulations on your first opening day win. I think under Kuna. I think that's the first time under Coach Jeff Kuna that he's won the first game of the season. That means that you got a chance at the playoffs. And yeah, I don't want to curse them, but yeah, but they got a shot. And they were up 20-0 in that game, and almost blew it. I mean, it was 32-29. I mean, whatever happened there, and I wasn't there to see the game. I only looked at the film, but whatever happened there, I'm sure they're going to be correct. And this week, you're not going to do that to Bolingbrook. If you're fortunate to be up 20-0 on Bolingbrook,
if you're fortunate to be 20-0, cats and dogs living together, the sky is blue, the grass is green. Let the grass be green, Coach Kuna. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Don't go air Kuna on Bolingbrook, okay? Yeah. Keep it simple, you'll win.
Yeah. Okay. So, Coach Ivel, I still think I don't know. Hey, but we'll get to the predictions later. But hey, both teams came out with a win, so they're both playing a district rival match, 365U Valley View district rival match between Bolingbrook and Romeoville. It's at Bolingbrook this Friday night. And then, we can talk about Lincoln Way West. I mean, I thought Sycamore was just going to, get slapped around.
Sycamore. Lincoln Way East West. Something kind of Chris Berman kind of thing. I don't know.
Surprised me a little bit. So Lincoln Way West, didn't come out with a win. Plainfield South Lamont. Fantastic. Plainfield South, again, the first half, they kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple of times in that game. They found themselves trailing 13-7 midway through the second quarter after this touchdown. Here, take a look. This is what put the Lamont Indians up by 6, 13-7. So I'll throw that highlighted there. We'll come back. All right, here we go. So, hey, man, 13-7. It's a close game. You got a great defense in Plainfield South, and you're waiting for that defense to take control of the game, and they did. From that point forward, they shut Lamont down. I mean, shut them down on their home field. And so
that's tough. That's a tough thing to do.
That's tough to do. You're down 13-7. They outscore Lamont the remainder 21-0. Mm-hmm. The remainder ended up winning that game, 28-13, and very impressive win for Plainfield South. I mean, all kidding aside, Plainfield South is the real deal. Beating a quality team like Lamont, mm-hmm. and I don't know how much quality they got coming this week when they got Chicago King coming to school.
Another basketball game?
No, it's not for the basketball team.
No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't put myself. Listen, you can't discount any team, especially if you're looking to play in late October and November. You can't afford to take any team left.
Playoff points be plentiful, Chicago King?
Well, no, I don't think plentiful, but a win's a win.
Mm-hmm.
That's they need 4 more. If they win here, they need 4 more wins. And let's face, Plainfield South has got a tough schedule. They opened up the season against Plainfield North. Mm-hmm. You got Oswego there. You got Manuka, who looked fantastic. Romeoville won. I mean, what do you say? I mean, you're looking at maybe a tougher road for them, and so they may be in a few dogfights. They need this win. Plainfield South needs this win. But congratulations on a great football game and a great win for Lamont. Again, you're talking about a bigger school against a smaller school. I mean, did Lamont really lose a lot by playing Plainfield South? No, I think Lamont's going to get playoff points for it. Lamont's still going to make the playoffs. I do believe that, and they'll get it together. There was a lot of miscues, but a lot of those miscues were forced by that Plainfield South defense, which we've been touting all summer. It's going to be a great defense. So anyhow, that was a good game. Let's talk a little bit about Joliet Catholic.
No, you bet against the Sister Jesuses of Nazareth over there, Joliet Catholic. You bet against them.
Maybe I should be betting against them all season long. Mm-hmm. Maybe that way they'll actually get somewhere. I mean, maybe that's the
guys at Joliet Catholic. Another shootout, huh? Yeah. Another shootout. 50,474 to 50,475. Yeah. And has anybody heard about defense at Joliet?
Yeah,
Providence.
Well, listen. I mean. Providence's defense, that
was surprising.
That was surprising. I think Providence's defense needs a little tune-up, mm-hmm. especially at the linebacker level. But let's not say that it was all because of Providence's defense. Let's talk a little bit about Mike Ivelo and the fact that just when you think that you're going to have, and I got to be honest, I was in this crowd too, so. Mike, I think I fell in line with everybody else in saying that very good tailback. Mm-hmm. But is he going to replace Ty Isaac? Is he going to replace that? You know what? He looked like Ty Isaac.
We had to get a Ty Isaac sighting over here on the cheap seats.
But he did. I mean, you didn't expect Joliet Catholic to have those big, ripping, long runs, just boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And he did it over and over and over again. A lot of times, I mean, I couldn't believe how much speed he had. Mm-hmm. He really picked up speed. They say he lost 30 pounds, and he looked like it. I mean, he looked a lot trimmer. Mm-hmm. But holy cow, his speed, phenomenal. And I think he looks like a Joliet Catholic running back. I mean, that's the mold that's created for Joliet Catholic. He fits that mold. He's a leader, and every time they needed a big play, that kid stepped up and did it. His offensive line too, fantastic job. Quarterback, I think, did a very acceptable job in that game. He did. Nice play action there. Take a look at this play action pass. I mean, Ivelo just got done tearing up. The Providence defense, and when you got a running attack like that and you got a feature back like that you got to focus on.
Everybody's cheating in.
Right, yeah. You do a little play action like this play here, and they'll burn you. Take a look.
$22-yard touchdown pass.
Hey man, that was a fantastic play for Joliet Catholic. Mm-hmm. Puts them up 14-0. They got momentum going at them, and you're thinking, hey, it's going on. Then Justin Hunterford comes back and leads his team down the field. Junior quarterback. He's got LeGrone in the backfield. LeGrone moved from quarterback last year because they had to use him back to a tailback spot. He had a great game too, by the way. I mean, really Providence did have a good game. They spotted him 14 points, and I think, but it came down to the last play of the game. But again, Hunterford had a good game. Nick Morrison,
yeah. Quarterback scrambled for a key first down, and then he threw that action touchdown pass.
Yeah. So I mean, I got to say the offenses of both teams were dynamic. They were fun to watch. They're fun to watch on film because there was big play after big play. And we had we had our ace in the hole here over at the Sports Nest and the Weekly. Lil Tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of better than we are.
Yeah, he's better. Surpassed the teacher in the filming department. He filmed real good.
Yeah, he did a great job. Got some great footage of that game, and it was well deserved. I mean, but it didn't matter really who won that game. I mean, both defenses were made to look kind of silly at times in that game. And
big stop though, 2 minutes ago in the game, Joliet Catholic. Though, you got to give Joliet Catholic defense credit. Big stop.
Yeah, that was a big stop.
Big stop.
I didn't think. I thought whoever's going to hold the ball last, that's the team that's going to win, and wasn't the case here. There was enough time on the clock. I mean, they got down to inside Joliet Catholic's 35-yard line. I think it was about the 33-yard line when they didn't get that first down. They were about a foot short. Mm-hmm. But that's how close it came. That game came a foot short, and that's the way you want to open a game. First of all, nobody wants to see a 7-0 game. Mm-hmm. When you have two powerhouses like that, you want to see everybody get involved. You want to see a lot of scoring. And as a fan, anyhow, you want to see all that. Mm-hmm. But so 7-0 to be a yawner a little bit. I mean, it'd be a great football game, but it'd be a yawner. In this case, a lot of scoring went on, a lot of pizzazz, just some fantastic play on both sides. And I think a lot that the defensive coaches can go back to the drawing board and say, hey, you're my safety. I gotta wake up. And when your safety's making more tackles than your linebacker,
that's bad.
That's bad. So anyhow, hey, congratulations to Joliet Catholic. I got to eat my head a little bit there. They knocked out Providence, and I thought that the two teams were pretty close. I just felt that Providence had the edge. They had more offensive weapons. Turns out that they only needed one weapon over at the Hilltoppers, and that's Mike Ivo. So hey, congratulations. Moving on. Talk a little bit about our next game. I went out to Downer South and Bennett on Saturday. Actually, I wasn't out there. Andy was out there, and then I went out there after I left the Plainfield Central game. Shot over there, and it was a bust out. I mean, the rain was it was terrible. I got there. It was 7-0 when I got there. And then the rain opened up again. So it was a long day, to be honest with you. It was a long day. That game got delayed. They had to clear the stands. Everybody leaves, and everybody's got to come back, and you got to get warmed up again. And, but not surprisingly, and I say this, honestly, not surprisingly, Bennett beat Downer South at Downer South 21-0. The surprising part, I think, is you just don't expect Downer South to lose and lose at home and then lose that big at home, especially to Bennett.
Yeah. Bennett's still a tough. Bennett's still a tough team. Man, they had a lot of guys coming back from last year. I mean, they won game from the state championship.
Yep. And hey, offensively they look they look good, but defensively they look fantastic. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were quick. Their linebackers were good. The defensive ends were good. They were putting pressure on the quarterback. They were in the backfield mixing it up. I mean, Bennett is going to be a team to watch. I mean, Bennett is definitely not somebody to count out. And when they play Joliet Catholic, if they play like that, and they play each other, I mean, you might see Bennett on top of the Catholic division this year. Mm-hmm. So it's quite possible. Bennett looked really good. Got to give it to them. They look pretty fantastic. Joliet West, wow. What do you say there? I mean, Tigers, what was it, 52-28? I mean, that was a spanking. If there was a spanking to be doled out, that was it. Mm-hmm. It was a much closer game in the first half, and then they finally got smart, stuck with their running attack, and man, they just ran all over. Thornridge just ran all over them. Mm-hmm. So, that congratulations, Coach Arbery and others, and I'll be at your game this weekend, Saturday, when they play at home, and you'll be at Joliet Central. And good thing they got a good concession stand because they lost 44-0 to Rich East High.
They're waiting for me to come watch them win. Okay, they're playing what? Revis?
Yeah, okay. They're playing Revis. Well, I mean, Joliet Central obviously has got some. They've got some issues. They're gonna have to work on their offense quite a bit, and they need to find a leader. They got to find a stud. They got to have a go-to guy, and that person really hasn't come out yet at Central. There's nobody that's really taken the ball, so to speak, and run with it. And And when that happens and they find a go-to person, they're going to need a second person, because as soon as they put that go-to person out there, the entire 11 guys on the other side of the field are going to be looking at that one guy and take him away. So you got to be able to use him and bait him. And I just don't think that they're to that point as a program yet. Hopefully they're going to get there. We'll find out. You're going to be out there Saturday.
That's right. I'll be there.
And in Little Tone with you. So you guys are going to have multiple angles, multiple,
Yeah, multiple shots. Me go like this. this. Yeah. Go like this with a drink, a cheeseburger, chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I know that it'll be pretty fantastic. So again, there was a split decision there for Joliet. Central losing, West winning. Thought that was a pretty big deal. Plainfield North just destroyed Westinghouse. I mean, why do you even play Westinghouse? I mean, Westinghouse, really?
Basketball game?
Maybe. Hey, listen, maybe you just need the wins. Maybe it's just a question of wins. But Westinghouse, it was 56 to nothing. 56 to nothing. So I don't know.
Well,
they won. But I think that just. I want to see Plainfield North play somebody of some stature, and see how they do there. I think Plainfield North is a great football team. I think they're a team that's built a lot like down or Plainfield South. So I think that they've got something going. Plainfield East beat Potato Valley. We picked against them too. So congratulations to the Bengals, man.
Potato Valley.
Yeah, that's outstanding, man. I mean, they came out with a big win. There's a lot of games that I felt like were upsets a little bit early on. So, but fantastic win for Plainfield East. And you just kind of you just keep kind of moving around the horn. The game that I'm kind of leading up to here is Minooka and Morris. And we expected to have that game on tape. But
yeah, okay.
I can't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I work in real life, and I had to go to a birthday party for my family. My niece. Sorry, people.
Everybody, let's sing with them.
Sorry, people, Minooka. Sorry, Coach Thorson. Shut up. Shut up, go on.
Yeah, anytime Coach Tone misses a game, it's because of a birthday party. Yeah.
I got a lot of nieces, okay? What do you want me to say?
Okay. But in any event, hey, so we did plan on being out there. We had cameras out there for Friday night, and then that game got rained out and caused us a problem. We couldn't get back out there on Saturday. But, boy, did we miss a good game. I mean, Minooka beat them. I really didn't believe that Minooka could do that. So now it's got me thinking, hey, Minooka's probably, either Morris really had a bad night, or Minooka is just that good.
I think Morris had a bad night.
So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, Minooka last year,
hot and cold.
They were hot and cold. I mean, when they were good, they were fantastic. When they were bad, they were bad. And so I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see how they do. Moving forward. They got Providence. I'm going to be out to see that game, Providence and Minooka, this Friday night. So that's where I'll.
Where's it going to be at?
At Minooka.
Providence better bring their defense.
Yeah, Providence is going to have to bring their defense. If hey, this is no cupcake game for Providence. That's for sure. And this is going to be a big game. And I think that there's a disadvantage for teams that like Providence that are used to playing on turf. And I know that you guys just got your turf field. That's not true. It is true because everybody that's playing on your team now has been playing on turf. So the speed of the game is different. There's a little moisture in the air. Grass a little more. It's a little bit different. Maybe I don't know. I mean, and Minooka is it's always traditionally had a good running attack. So grass fields are good for them. I think this is going to be a good game. I mean, this is a pick'em game. To be honest with you, I mean, it's a pick'em game. We'll find out real quick whether or not Providence is for real or not. Because if they lose and lose big here, I think Providence is going to struggle. I think they'll still make the playoffs because of who they play, and they'll get their 5 wins. Because that's all they're going to need is 5 wins because of the amount of playoff points they're going to have. They'll need 5 wins. I think that they'll likely make the playoffs this year. But if they lose to Minooka, they're going to put themselves in a big hole. So this is an early kind of must win for Providence. For Minooka, on the other hand, if they walk out of there 2-0 with that schedule, they played Morris and they played Minooka. Morris and Providence, and they come out 2-0. playoff points alone
Catbird
are
seed.
worthwhile. But you're in the catbird seed. I mean, now you're going into your conference schedule, and I got to tell you, if that happens, I don't know, man. I'm going to say that Minooka's probably got the advantage here. I know Plainfield South's got a great defense, and I always love great defenses over great offenses. So, I think that the Ridge Roll rivalry will be renewed this year. It'll actually be, a really great game.
Means something.
So, again, some fantastic football games to open up. I was a little surprised Sandburg lost. We talked a little bit about them. HF did win, so hey, there's a feather in their cap, for a win. But Sandburg losing, that kind of threw me a little bit, So
Andrew, huh?
yeah, no, well, Lincoln Way Central.
Lincoln Way Central.
Yeah, Lincoln Way Central.
Ooh.
You get to see Lincoln Way Central this week because they're playing Lincoln Way East.
Yeah, the big
red.
Big red.
The big red machine. It's finally back because I don't know what happened to them, but they kind of disappeared and fell off the charts for the last 3 or 4 years. They won a state championship not too long ago, and then they kind of just went south for a little while, and there was a coaching change and another coaching change. But hey, it's good to see Lincoln Way Central back in the winning column right away, and they're not in the conference anymore. In the Southwest Blue, they moved over to the red, and Stagg moved over, as we all know. So maybe that was that jostle, a new head coach. Maybe that's giving them renewed energy, and we'll find out.
Fresh beginning.
But I got to tell you, I don't know what it's going to look like this week. It could be ugly. Lincoln Way East, I think, has got the advantage. What do you think?
Yeah, you guys put the ball down the ground 6 times and you still win beat Carmel. My God.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, so.
Their running back, their quarterback, they got the Fusel to the 37th power. Their running back, wide receiver, they got another Winkler to the 49th power. All they do is just keep putting out Fusels and Winklers. That's all you got to do on offense. Defensively, they have a good defensive line. Their defensive tackles, their linebacker, 4 guys enter, 4 guys come in. They don't lose a step. So,
yeah, that's true. Same with the Brook, though.
Yeah, that's all right because I think we're going to be doing it when Bolingbrook plays Lincoln Way East. I think both of us are going to be there.
Yeah, we'll both be there.
I think we're both going to be there, okay? Because you guys are coming to the Brook, so what?
Yeah, but I think it's great that we'll both be there because every time that happens, his team loses.
No, not this time.
Not this time. Not this time.
No.
Maybe Bolingbrook could feed you a sausage sandwich when you go down.
No.
All right, man. So, hey, who's your Tony's Tinkerbell? Tough guy this week.
Tough guy this week, Mike Ivlo. 15 carries, 307 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's tough to do against a good Providence defense. But did Providence bring their defense? Yes, they did. But this guy was dipsying and doodling, and he was smashing and grabbing. That's tough. Congratulations.
Yeah, listen, that was a pretty good tough guy for the first week there. You pulled one out of your ass there, and
Yeah.
Hey, you got lucky there. So hey, you had something to look. I want to see who's going to be the tough guy this week.
Mm-hmm. Could be somebody from Lincoln Way East. You never know.
Yeah, see, I tell you, a little biased.
Favoritism.
There you go. Homer.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised we didn't get an Aaron Bailey sighting this week. Okay.
I got his jersey, by the way.
Yeah, I know you did. Was that last week?
I showed you the jersey. Yeah.
He should at least put his name on it for you. Jeez.
Yeah. So, hey, let's just go through the games of the week, this week, and see what we come up with there, Coach Tone.
Okay.
Hey,
where do we start?
Well, let's start with number 1, Bolingbrook.
By who's?
Romeoville's coming to Bolingbrook. Pick it.
Well, you know something? My heart says, my head says Bolingbrook, but my heart says Romeoville. I think it's going to be an upset special of the century. Romeoville's going to win.
What do you think the score's going to be?
I think the score is going to be... It's going to be close, okay? And it's going to be, if Coach Kuna doesn't go Air Kuna and he keeps it simple, does everything he's supposed to do, I think the score is going to be... They could score now, don't get me wrong. Romeo could score. They have a good offense. I think the score is going to be 28-21. Romeoville. Upset special of the century.
All right, 28-21. Big Tone called it. Romeoville's going to beat Bolingbrook.
Hey, next week...
Here. Next week what?
Next week when Romeoville beats Bolingbrook, okay?
All right. If Romeoville beats Bolingbrook, and I've been a Spartan fan for a lot of years, if Romeoville beats Bolingbrook, I'd be happy to see him win. So it'd be a good. It would add to the lure of the contest. But I got news for you, football fans. 48-7, Bolingbrook over Romeoville. I don't even think it's going to be close. 48-7. So we're widespread away. So let's move on to game 2. Joliet Catholic's going out to Minnesota. What? Are they playing hockey or are they playing football? They're going to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I mean, St. Thomas Academy. So this is a guess. This is the guess of the
Hold
year.
on. Okay, Joliet Catholic.
Joliet Catholic wins. What do you? Well, just call a score. What do you think?
I think they're going to bring their ragtag offense. Ivo's going to score 6. I think the score is going to be 49-17. Joliet Catholic, because you got to give Minnesota something because their Joliet Catholic defense is not that good. Okay,
Yeah.
They're going to score something. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm going to say something along those lines too. I'll call it 42-14. Don't know anything about St. Thomas Academy, and you know what? I don't want to know anything about him either. I just want to see JCA come back with a 42-14 win. Manuka, Providence at Manuka. What do you call?
Ooh, that's tough. Like you said, it's a pick'em game. They're both surprising. Manuka's surprised they beat Morris, and Providence is surprised they lost. They gave up so many points to Joliet Catholic because their defense is supposed to be so sparkling. So hold on. Providence.
So you're going to take Providence. So you're sticking with the Catholic schools this week. So what do you call the score?
Providence is going to be 35 Providence because they can't score. They have weapons. 35-17 Providence.
Yeah, I do think Providence is going to come away with the victory here. It's not to discount anything that Manuka did, but let's face it, Providence can put points on the board, and they've got a lot of weapons. And I think they're going to make some adjustments on defense. The game's going to be a little bit slower, I think, on grass than it would be on turf. So I think that you're not going to get the same kind of speed that you do on turf. But I still think Providence comes out of here with a win. I'm going to call it, I'm going to call it a little bit closer than that. I'm going to call it 35-28, a touchdown game. I think it's going to go a touchdown the other way. So I'm going to give them 7 points on that 35-28. Then Plainfield South bringing Chicago King to their field, and this is coming off a big win at Lamont, so you got to worry about a little bit of a letdown, right?
No, they're gonna blow those guys. Yeah. They're gonna blow. It's gonna be like a shark attack. They're gonna blow those guys right out of the water.
Yeah.
Okay, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, now this is a basketball game, mind you. Okay, but it's not. It's a football game. Plainfield South 49, could be 56. Running clock, end of the second quarter. I mean, 49-0, Plainfield South.
Yeah, and I think of those 49 points, because I agree with them, I think it's going to be something along the lines of 49-0, 42-0, something like that. I don't think you're going to give up any points to this team. But I think Josh Harris is going to have a career day at tailback. I think you'll see him score 3 to 4 times, more likely 4, and he'll be well over 200 yards in rushing. This is going to be a blowout. It's just going to be a blowout. So nothing really to talk about there. Plainfield South opens their season 2-0. Joliet West. Joliet West is opening their season. Actually, their home opener for Joliet West, and I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Who are they playing?
King.
King?
Sorry, because we talked about St. Francis. We got those two confused.
Oh.
Plainfield South and St. Francis, which would be the same score, but let's move on to King. How King's playing. St. Francis is playing Plainfield South.
St. Francis. Well, St. Francis is playing Plainfield South. Still the same score.
Same score, right. Same score.
King at Joliet West.
King Joliet West.
That would be a hell of a basketball game, wouldn't it?
It's going to be a great football game, though, too, because Joliet West is going to beat the living daylights out of them.
Another blow them out of the water kind of game.
Yeah, I think Joliet West has got it down. I think they found something last week that worked for them and offensively. I think they now have got a formula that's going to help them in this game. I think they're going to get on them early and often. I think it's going to be another big win for Joliet West. I want to say it's going to be 49 to zip. I don't think Joliet West is going to give up a point, and if they do, it'll be late in the fourth quarter.
Garbage.
Right.
Garbage points.
Yeah, right. So.
Yep.
So I think it's a big blowout for Joliet West. Joliet West opens their season 2-0 this year. Plainfield North. Plainfield North is traveling to Pekin, Illinois. And again, what is it with all these basketball?
Pekin.
That's a Pekin tournament, a big basketball tournament down there. They're traveling down to Pekin. Pekin's got some athletes though. But I don't think they have athletes that can beat Plainfield North. And I said this before when Plainfield North last year went down to Bourbonnais, and we thought they were going to waltz right through when they did. Bourbonnais beat them. So I don't know if this is I think this may be a pick'em game here because I don't know how well this team travels, especially that far. So I'm going to stick with Plainfield North and pick our local guys. I'm guessing that they'll collect win number 2. I'm going to call it 40-14, Plainfield North.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. We'll move on. Lincoln Way West. I don't know, man. This week they traveled to Bloom. They got beat up last week by Sycamore. I don't think Bloom's going to be any easier for Lincoln Way West. And I don't know, man. This is going to tell you where this team stands. They got a lot of talent, a lot of great talent on the team, but I think that was a shocking loss for them in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there's 2 ways this can go. It can go south in a hurry, and they end up 0-2, or they can come out and beat these guys in the first quarter.
Statement game.
Statement game. To say, hey, we're not as,
they're going to come out saying last week was a fluke.
Right.
This is a statement. This is who we are.
Yeah.
We're taking this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be along the line. I think West is going to win 34-21.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's move on for that one. Plainfield East. I mean, boy, they shut me up last week with that win over Matea Valley. Mm-hmm. This week they got Aurora West, and guys, I got to tell you, Plainfield East is going to open up the season 2-0. I think they win here 30-13.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? On the road at Aurora West.
On the road?
Yeah.
Could be a little closer, but I think Plainfield East got it.
Yeah, 30-13. I'm going to call it.
Could be a little closer.
I think that's going to be good. Plainfield Central has to stay on the road. They're going to St. Charles North, and St. Charles North is no cupcake football team. Plainfield Central's got some issues that they're going to have to address, and I think the biggest issue that Plainfield Central has facing them this year is depth. Mm-hmm. Depth on the bench. When one player goes down, it changes the outcome of the game. That's a problem for any football team. I like Coach Jackson. I like what he's trying to do there, but I don't know if he's got the horses to run with St. Charles North. I think this is going to be this could get ugly in a hurry. This could be a first half, especially if they don't have if Smiley's not back in the game and he's not the quarterback this week. I think they're going to have more issues. Mm-hmm. Still, I think they're going to try to run the ball. They're going to become much more one-dimensional, and that's an issue. So I'm going to say that St. Charles North is going to walk out of this summer lines of 38-7. I think it's going to be a pretty big spread. I hate to say it, guys.
I hate to say that, man.
But I got to call it like I see it. Lockport got destroyed last week from Downers Grove North, and you're like, you don't want to give them, I didn't want to give them a point last week, and I told you Downers Grove North is no pushover. They proved that because when you play a team that you're supposed to beat, you need to beat them good, and that's what North did.
Yeah,
they beat them and they beat them well. This week, Lockport travels to Roselle. I don't see Lockport, figuring it out in 6 days. I just don't think in 6 days' time they're going to figure out what went wrong on a 45-0 loss. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to struggle here too. They may get a touchdown out of this. They may not. If they do, they're going to get one score. I'm going to call the game 28-7 and give them a score again. But 28-7, Lockport loses that game. And then, last but not least, you got Joliet Central. You're going to be out there. I'll let you pick it up from there. This week they got Revis. What do you call it?
Joliet Central going to play Revis. It depends. How's Revis this year? I mean, did they win last week? Or
they won last week. So,
Revis won?
Yeah, so you're on this in a row.
Boy, I'll tell you, that's going to... Who knows, though? The football gods might open up, reach their hands out to you and say, okay, this is it. This is going to be your week to win. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do everything I can to help you with the football gods, okay? All right?
Yeah, he will, too.
Joliet Catholic, they're going to Minnesota, so you guys are going to win. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why he said that.
What's the score?
I don't know. After 2 cheeseburgers and a chicken sandwich, you guys are going to score 21 points. Revis is only going to have 14.
All right, 21-14, you're calling it. I'm going to say it's the opposite. I don't think their offense is quite together there yet. Defense at this time of year is always ahead of offense. There's no excuse. It's just the way it is, though, especially at this team. I know they're trying to build a program there. It does take a lot of years. It doesn't take a couple of years. It takes a lot of years. It could take a decade, maybe more, to really build a program there. It's going to take a long time. You got to be invested in the long haul. I just think that this is not their time. And I don't know that first game, threw me a little bit there. I mean, getting beat, losing the game, to Rich East, you lose. If you lost 35-14 or 28-14, I could say, hey, you got a shot. But here, I mean, they got beat, and they got beat bad. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that coming and playing at home is going to be any different for them. But hey, I mean, who knows? I'm going to call the game 21-0, Revis. So that's how I see it this week. Week 2. of the football.
Any upsets?
Upset of the week for me: Lincoln Way Central over Lincoln Way East, 21-20.
Well, that's let's call Bolingbrook then. Romeoville.
Well, you did. You called. He called Romeo. You took Romeoville.
That's going to be that's
I'm
going to
taking
be
Lincoln Way
once
Central over
Romeoville
Lincoln Way
wins and
East.
beats Bolingbrook. That's going to be the upset of the century. I'm going to walk into Romeoville and they're all going to say, "There goes Big Tone. We picked us."
Hey, listen, I got together with Mr. Senior Fusel, and I gave him some tickets to the play in town that's going on. So I think he won't be at the game. The kids will be away, so you never know. Fusel may not be there.
Fusel?
Just saying.
In Bolingbrook?
At East.
Oh, I'm talking about Bolingbrook, Romeoville.
Oh, you want to jump on the Bolingbrook Romeoville, all right? Okay, well listen. I mean, we're going to get to that. We got all season to mess with that, but you get to go out and see your Griffins this week.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you can't wait to get out there. So feed him, please.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't come back crying that he didn't get a sausage sandwich.
No, that's all right. No T-shirts, no nothing. I'm going to go see some good football. Got to see a great coach, great team.
Let's hope that we have a good week this week and that we actually get the football games off. It's supposed to be fantastic weather. We'll catch you here next week on Cheap Seats. Anything else? Any final
thoughts? Romeoville, come on, let's go.
Lincoln Way Central.
Spartoni's of Romeoville, Camp Kuna. Keep it simple. Next week.
We'll catch you next week right here on Cheap Seats.
Stay safe, everybody. Have an outstanding week. Talk to you.